What would it take for you to start day trading full time? So, if you say that you are a day trader, right? You call yourself a day trader, but you only have about $2,000 in your account. Now, if you only have $2,000 in your account, let's be realistic. There is no way possible you can make an income off of that unless you do some very aggressive trading, which is going to open you up more than likely to blow up your account. Secondly, if you want to be a full time day trader, what is your strategy? Do you have a strategy at all? Um, I noticed that a lot of people get in comments and stuff like that on other videos, and you'll ask a question like, "What is your trading plan? Like, how do you scale up? Things like that." If you don't have a clue about scaling up in trading, you don't have a chance of making it. If you think you're going to trade small for the rest of your career or the rest of your hobby, whatever you want to call it, and make it, you won't. Because I guarantee you, unless you're using a super tight stop loss and you have a very good trading plan as far as your entries and exits, there's no way possible that this is going to work out for you. You're going to lose a lot more trades than you win, unless you just never trade. Which, hey, I'll be honest with you, I don't trade very often myself. I wait for a specific setup. Sometimes it takes days, sometimes it takes weeks. But I just don't. A lot of traders come in and they don't understand how easy it is to scale from one contract to 5 contracts to 10 contracts to 20 and so on. Once you get to trading around 50 contracts, I'm going to tell you now, you don't need a big move to make your money for the day. The average person, let's say if you could make 3 times what you make in a day at work and within an hour, is that not life changing for the average person? Let's say, okay, the average American makes, I think it's 60,000 a year or something like that or less. But let's say you want to make 70,000 a year. So if you make $6,000 a month, that's $72,000 a year before taxes. $6,000 a month is not that hard to do. If you're trading 50 contracts and you make 2 trades for 50 cents per contract, which is $50 per contract, you just made 5,000 right there. You're at 60K already. 2 trades per month and you're at 60K per month. You just replaced your regular income. So imagine if you just hit 3 of those. Hit 4, you're at 10 grand a month. I encourage people to get into this game, stay with it, and figure out how to scale up, because you can definitely make it. You just have to be very disciplined in what you do. And don't listen to the naysayers and don't listen to the people who don't trade. If they're not a trader, they have no clue what it's about. It is gambling. Let me just be straightforward with you. I don't care if you have a strategy or not. It's still high stakes gambling in the stock market if you're trading options. Reason being is the market can go anywhere it wants to go. There's no such thing as the perfect pattern. You can see the perfect pattern forming, and out of nowhere, it just snaps. Like today, there was a Fed announcement for inflation and as far as cutting the rates. You would think if they cut the rates that the market would just skyrocket. Not always the case. Do not expect the market, depending on what asset that you're trading, do not expect the market to respond the way that you think it will. Don't go in with a bias. You have to go in with a clear-cut plan and a mindset that I'm going to follow my rules. If they trigger me to trade, then I trade. If they don't, I won't. Also, please don't trade with money that you can't afford to lose. Please don't trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. I see a lot of people who come in and they'll say, well, they have, let's say they have $5,000 in the bank. Excuse me, guys. But they have $5,000 in the bank. And then you turn around and you find out that's their life savings. Not a good look, because you're going to lose that money, some of that money, if not all of that money, in your first couple of years trading. I can guarantee you. It comes down to discipline. I will recommend, and I used to be so against this before I decided to do it myself, but I realized after taking on a mentor how important mentors are, especially in a game like this. You have to understand that number one, you need to know their credentials. You need to know why this person wants to mentor you. They have to have a track record of profitability in the market. That's number one. Number two, they have to have a game plan that they can actually show you. Let's say they don't have, they're not going to show you their account. They have to at least be able to give you a plan and you execute it and come up with some form of a percentage win rate that you can use to say, okay, this actually works or it doesn't. Also, when you look at trading as a full-time career, if you will, everyone's not going to be able to go with you. I mean, point blank. One of the biggest problems that I've had over the years is my wife and children don't understand that this is a job, not a hobby. This is income for our family. And getting people to stay out of your way during the trading day is going to be the hardest thing for some of you who have stay-at-home wives and children. Getting them to understand that you can't afford to make mistakes because this is a fast-moving thing. And you can't be distracted because I know some of you are perfect, but it will make you do some things that you shouldn't do. Because you'll see the perfect entry and you'll enter and then you'll get called away, or you'll be in the middle of doing a trade and you'll have to answer the phone. And that 5 to 10 seconds can cost you a lot of money. One of the worst trades I ever had was on Tesla. I went in heavy. It was 2020. It was whipsawing all over the place, and I didn't realize it because I was zoomed in too close. I was about 2 years into trading, but I was new to options. And so what I did was I turned around to pick up my daughter and turned back around, and I was down $7,000. Now, I can afford to lose $7,000. Well, let me take that back. I can't afford to lose $7,000. I can lose $7,000 and bounce back from it, but no one that I know can afford to just lose $7,000 and not care. I cared. I didn't tell my wife for 6 months. I didn't tell her until I made the money back. Also, I sit around and I study a lot in the market. If you're not studying the market, if you think you're just going to wake up every day at 9:20, hop on, do some research, if you will, looking at news for 10 minutes, and then when the market opens, have the perfect trade every day, you'll win some trades. But what's that old saying? A broke clock is right twice a day. You'll win some trades, but I can guarantee you in the long run, you're not going to be profitable. You're not putting in the work. You really have to be dedicated to this game. I sit back and I talk to a lot of people, and one of the decisions that I made is moving forward, I will never, ever trade in a group again. I'll trade in a Discord. I'll be in the Discord, but I won't be trading with a group of people. I don't take advice from other traders during the trading day. We can study together and we can learn together, but during the trading day, I don't need any distractions. There's a lot of shiny new traders out there who just think, I'm going to list the high and low, and then we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And no two traders see the market the same. There's no way possible you can convince me that you and the next trader actually see the same thing in the market. It's impossible. Your mind does not move as fast. I can guarantee you this. If I have 2,000 people watch this video, 1,999 of them will never see what I see in the first 15 minutes of the market. If they think they can, they'll lose all their money in the first 15 minutes. They'll blow their account up. I've been doing it long enough. I can see certain clean trades that'll come through, and I've even had my wife standing beside me, look at me like, why did you do that? And I told her exactly what was going to happen. I've been doing it long enough. It's just certain stuff that my eye sees that hers does not see. And she's studied chart analysis and things like that, and price action and volume and volatility. I've talked to several traders through, my YouTube channel and some of the Instagram stuff that I've done, and none of us see the same thing, and that's when you start hearing people say, "Oh, the market is fixed," like it's the NFL or something. They say it's fixed, and I tell them, I say, "No, it's not fixed. It's meant to throw you off. It will throw you a curveball, but if you're patient and you wait for the right pitch, home run." You have to be dedicated again. You have to learn about scaling up, and you have to be realistic with yourself and acknowledge when you are wrong. You have to be wrong fast. In previous videos, you'll heard me talk about risk management. Risk management is huge. It's going to probably be the most important part of your first year or two of trading is learning risk management. You can do all the chart analysis and trend analysis that you want. If your risk management is off and you have bad entries or poor exits, poor exiting strategy, or you just don't know how to read a chart. Some people think they know how to read it because they're like, "Oh, I've saw this before. I've seen this before." Okay, you saw it. Great. But I can guarantee you what you see is not what you see. The market is never going to be that easy for you to see. It's meant to trick you into jumping into a trade and then pulling back the other direction. I even had one strategy for about a year where whatever I saw and I thought it was going to do this, just go the other direction. Because every time you do it, it goes the other direction. And it actually worked for about a doggone year. So, guys, just stick with the game. Don't give up on yourself. Be dedicated and learning something new every day. Document, journaling your trades is very important. Journal your trades. There will be a link to download the trading journal where it already have the formulas in it. It's an Excel spreadsheet where you can start with your whatever your account balance is, and then you just journal whatever trades you take, whatever options you take. You're gonna put in whether it's a put or a call. You're gonna put the time, the price, entrance, exit, all the times of when you entered this trade, when you exited the trade, why you entered, why you exited. And then one of the key aspects of journaling is you need to journal how you felt emotionally when you took that trade. Excuse me, guys. You need to journal about how you felt when you took that trade because I don't know why for the first year or two, I just would not journal. I didn't do it. I would take a trade, win or lose. I cut the computer off and go about my business. And eventually it caught up to me and I noticed that I was in a real bad drawdown and I just couldn't figure out what was going on. Had I been journaling, I would have realized if I feel excited about a trade, if I get real jittery and I get excited and my heart rate goes up, I probably shouldn't take that trade. That means that I just know I'm going to be right. I know I'm going to win. And the truth is, I was very good at picking trades in the wrong direction because I'm a scalper. I do things quickly. I'm not the long-term guy who's holding for hours and hours. I'm not doing that. I don't have the patience for it. But, again, I would say my best advice for you would be to, number one, look at your account size. If you have under $5,000, if you have $5,000, don't trade any more than, I would say, 1 to 2 contracts for starting out, max. I would trade 5 contracts when I get to 7,500. I would trade 10 contracts when I get to 10,000. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because by those points, you would have some consistency. So now you know how to scale the first couple of months or, however long it takes you to get to that 10,000 mark. Secondly, journal all of your trades. Journal all of your trades. And last but not least, tight stop loss. Keep a tight stop loss. Be willing to get out of the trade even if it turns around. You're okay. You live to fight another day. Protecting your capital is the most important part of this game because you can make $1 million, but if you lose $1.1 million, game over. So if you guys have any questions, please like, share, and comment. And in the comment section, one of the biggest things is if you have any questions about trading directly, or if you would like to download any of my free materials, just you can literally put journal in the comment section and I'll send you the journal for free. So I hope you guys make it a great day. You're one trade away, and we'll see you in the next episode.